Okay. The mic's alive and we're on.
Okay.
And I'll adjust the camera here.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
How's that?
Better.
Bright lights.
Yeah.
No, you just click in the center. No, one more time. There you go.
Do I need to move on?
No.
Over, I mean?
Yeah, I don't want you to move
on.
That would be bad.
Wow. Is it going to be one of those nights?
Yes, it is. It is a special night.
It is.
It is a special day.
Yes. Everybody got good news today.
Everybody got good news today, which is awesome.
Yes.
Because it has been a long time coming, I think, one way or the other, whether we want it to be or not. And now that it's been nice, that's awesome. Let me get this set up here. He's
going to forward his resume tonight per his wife.
Oh, excellent. I know how that goes.
He said, I'll have him forward it tonight. Thanks bunches for the offer.
Yes. Let me put this in here. This here. All right, and we are broadcasting. Hey, folks, welcome to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast Patron pre-show. This is looking a little off. I think I have to adjust the camera here as well. For the people that are new, what happens with the pre-show is we go through and do all the adjustments, make sure the camera angles are the way that they are, like right now where they're not. So I'm going to
they're off.
I'm going to move us around a little bit here and get things adjusted. And there we go. That's good. Okay, that's good. And we've got that set up, and I can go through and add in the other pleasantries. For example, the that's Grayson and Abby, our niece and nephew. We are not attached to them at all.
Yeah. I get to see it.
Go ahead.
I don't have my mic.
I was going to say, you got a perfectly good mic there.
I get to see him Saturday.
Yes, you do. Okay, so that's set.
Why don't I get my stuff together? Because I'm just talking like they're in the room with me.
Well, that's how it is sometimes. Okay, while you're doing that, we'll be doing this.
You hate it when I do that, don't you?
The Gong of Doom.
Yeah, you hate it when I do that, don't you?
It's different. I'm sure the people are all going, yeah, that's quality.
Yeah, it's my kind of quality.
There you go. Okay, so
I need an air freshener in here.
I'm going to leave that right there.
In your office.
Yes, great. There's too many jokes, and I'm just out of it tonight, folks. That's just how it is. When somebody sits next to you and says, we need an air freshener in here, and you kind of look over and go, yes, we do.
It's your office.
It is my office.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Not in here a lot.
The love is in the air.
I'm just saying.
The love is in the air.
Woohoo! We got peeps.
All right, peeps coming in. Welcome to the pre-show. We have got so much good stuff going. I can't stand it. We've got so much stuff going.
Yes.
We got great news. We'll get into that in a second once I do a couple checks here just to make sure everything's working the way it's supposed to.
We got some anonymous people.
We got anonymous. Make sure you sign into the chat room, folks.
Yeah.
That way we know who you are.
Yeah. Sign in at the bottom right.
And you can be...
Not anonymous.
Not anonymous. And you can be with the rest of us so we all know who each other are because we love talking with each other from geocachers all around the world. All right, so that gets saved. That gets removed. This should now. And you have your coffee?
Yes.
All right. So let me turn this on. Oh, you know, this is going to I'm going to be off through this whole show, and I'll tell you why.
You're off anyway.
Well, because I'm looking at camera 2, and I'm trying to see why it's not changing the bottom third on camera 1 because we're on camera 2. So that's how that works.
Well, you're not thinking clearly.
No, I am like beyond. I think my body.
Yes.
My body's going to end up imploding. I think is what's going to end up happening because for you fine folks, since you get to get all the behind the scenes stuff with Amy and myself, we got some great news.
Wait a minute.
All right, hang on. Let me.
Okay.
All right.
They're here. Go ahead.
Okay. Apparently they're here. Whoever they are.
Because they've been with us through the beginning, the Mafia family.
Yes. And so for everybody to know, I was offered not 1 but 2 jobs today.
And he has an interview for a third,
even higher paying job.
Next week.
Yes. So the Lord has truly blessed us, and I'm reading stuff.
Yes,
that's why
He has.
If I look blank, that's why I'm trying to find something here. The Lord has truly blessed us, and we are now getting out of quite the potential awfulness of stuff of being unemployed for as long as I have.
We have been praying very, very hard. We've had others praying for us very hard.
Yes, and we want to thank everybody out there because I know a lot of our viewers and listeners have also been praying for us, and we greatly greatly appreciate it. Words cannot express.
No, there are no words.
So it's awesome. And we can actually kind of move on into other stuff now, which is great.
Yes.
So, yes, I should be starting one way or the other the 18th.
At a job. Mm-hmm. One of the jobs.
One of the jobs.
He will be working somewhere on the 18th.
And it is so nice to be in the position of being able to say, let's see, do I want this one over here or this one over here? We were praying for a job.
Yeah, literally. He was applying for Walmart, Staples,
Lowe's, all the things
anything
that I could get. And then suddenly
just to pay the bills.
Yeah, just literally
literally.
And that would have been rough even with that because when you're talking about salary and the percentages, the amount of difference between my regular job that I have normally and then having it with my regular pay, these jobs that came up, the difference is huge.
Well, unemployment was not kind.
And no, not at all.
But it was nice to have.
Yes.
It was better than nothing. So I will say that it was nice to have.
Yes.
And that ended Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Monday was his last unemployment check.
Yes.
And so we were kind of thinking, okay, well,
we were concerned.
August is it for us being able to pay our bills.
Yeah.
And so we're going, okay, well, we're going to have to move to a cheaper place,
right.
Probably. And we're going to have to do this and that and make some adjustments. And so concerned was not even
it was beyond
the question.
That.
Yeah.
Yes.
So last night I looked at him and I said, you know what? I'm not worried.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I'm sorry, you're what? Because I am the worrier.
Yes.
Out of the two of us, I am by far the worrier. And I said, no, I'm serious. I'm not worried. I just had a peace. I was at peace with everything. And I'd been talking to our preacher. And he gave me some scripture to read over. And went over the trust that, that we should have in God and everything, that it's going to work out, that He will provide.
It's called having faith.
Yeah, and having faith. And I said, okay, well, you know what? It's a little harder than I thought, but, I was brought up in church, and this is the test. This is by far the hardest test I've ever been through. So last night, honest to goodness, I had a peace, and I told him, I said, August is it. We're going to find something this month. This is it. You're going to find a job.
Yep.
And I didn't worry.
Yeah, I went to a face-to-face.
Today, that was it.
Yeah, did a face-to-face yesterday. The interview went exceptionally well.
Clearly.
And it was for a job that was for a considerable less, not like working at a department store less, but like $10 off what
which I would have taken.
Which we would have taken very happily. That interview went swimmingly. I got another call from a different recruiter late yesterday saying, hey, by the way, we sent your application like a month and a half ago to this place. They ended up changing direction, but they called back saying if I was still available, could we, do an interview? And so I did a face-to-face interview today and literally had so that by the time I drove home from the interview, they had offered me a job for that. And then I got a call back for the job interview that I did yesterday, and they want me too. And then at like 4:30 or so this afternoon, I also had a phone interview with a very prominent company, and
it's a major university here.
Yeah, and they went very well with that. Matter of fact, they want me to show up Wednesday for that.
I would love for him to have that because of the stability.
Yes, and it's great. So we've been truly blessed, and we again thank everybody for all the prayers and all the hopes in that, because you got to have that faith, and you gotta have that confidence that the big guy is going to be there, and he has never let me down when it comes down to these kind of things.
Salty said, hand over all of your problems and trust in the Lord.
That's it. And I don't, we
won't make it into a
religious thing, but this is a huge emotional thing for us right now.
He told me, and I started crying.
Yeah.
My boss has said, are you okay? And then he was afraid to ask.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know what to do with a crying woman.
Yeah. So it's one of those things. So we're overwhelmed.
Yes.
And we are completely.
There.
Thank you. So for the people that are,
you're gonna have to stop. I'm gonna cry.
Yes. So all the people out there that are saying, whatever, your life's in your own hands, all that, that's fine. For the other people that said their prayers and thank yous for all of us, thank you so much. Because
really appreciate it.
Holy cow. And and I always said that too, and I said this to Amy through all the times where we were literally at each other's, we never got to our throats, but we got on each other's nerves.
Big time.
Yeah, and it was one of those things where we literally had to say, you got to have that trust, you got to have that faith. He's never let me down. There have been things in my life that I've had to go through I'd never wanted to go through in my entire life.
Don't cry, because you're going to make me cry.
He was there.
Okay.
And if we just couldn't cut it quite so close every time.
Yeah, that whole close thing is really...
When you're down to your last day, your last week, when things are about to go really, really bad.
Yep.
Boom. And it's there. So anyways, I'm getting off that. We went 10 minutes on that, but
yep, sorry about that. But
yeah, for everybody that said their prayers for us, because it's I'm whipped. I'm drained.
Yes.
My body just literally, when that hit, and I got that when I got that confirmation for the job, it's like all that stress went, and it's like, holy cow. So now I feel odd. He's
like, back to his normal weird self.
I don't know what's holding me together right now, because for a
it's
while
like my car, dirt.
Yeah. For the stress. Anyways.
Yeah.
So anyways, enough of that. So good news with that. We got a great show for you tonight, folks. For the people coming in and wondering why the woman's crying and the guys sitting
sorry
here,
about that, guys.
and why we both for some reason decided to go as day-long suckers today with the tie-dye shirts.
I had mine on first. Well, maybe not.
No, I had mine on first. I'm just saying.
I wish I could wear tie-dye to work. That would be awesome.
But yeah, we got a great show for you. So for the people coming in for the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast and the Patron Podcast, thank you so much. We are starting out.
Gray Wolf is here.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Great. I knew you'd want to know that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, Gray Wolf, how's it going? We had a lot of good stuff. We've got good stuff for the show tonight. kind of some bizarre off-topic things we're geocaching tonight. Things that
that
don't
some
always,
people may or may not agree with.
don't always come up
or
with
think
general.
it's kind of off.
Don't think coming up in general comments. But tonight's our August.
But it's us. So whatever.
Right. It's our Mishmash show tonight. It's our August Mishmash, and quite frankly, I couldn't think solid on a decent subject for tonight, anyways, because of all the stuff going on in the past week or so. We've been stressed, and so I picked out some interesting things, and we got good stuff for you tonight. So for the people showing up for the pre-show, we've got a good mishmash tonight for you. Really good selection with things like that. We are also officially starting off our, it's actually been out there, but the Patron contest for August, the August Patron Program contest has gone off. We've got, if you go to geosnippets.com, you'll see a picture of all the different things that we're going to be giving away as a grand prize. We're going to try to see if we've got enough to do a couple sub prizes as well. So a couple of
sub prizes.
Well, if you got a grand prize, then you've got a couple of
sub prizes,
like second and third place kind of thing. I don't know quite the way. Well, they're prizes, but they're not like the whole big grand prize.
It's like sub prizes, like.
They're good stuff, and we want to thank absolutely. We want to thank the Space Coast Geocaching Store for donating all this.
Yeah, because they're cool.
They are cool. They donate all this stuff. We actually have a combination, and you'll find out in the prizes that we've got a rare geocoin that we're giving away. We've got path tags that we're going to give away. We've got micro geocaches that we're going to give away.
Beautiful things.
We've got Munzie stuff. We've got a Munzie starter kit that we're going to give away with that, and a couple other little goodies. So it's really a really good grand prize. We'll talk about all of it later on in the show, but that starts tonight, and all you have to do is become a patron. That's it. There's nothing more to it. All the patrons that are going to be eligible for this prize, or the prizes that we're going to be giving away, all you have to do is be a patron. You give any dollar amount, a flat amount, whatever you want to give as far as a dollar amount. We prefer more because that helps keep the lights on.
Whatever you can afford.
Whatever you can afford to give.
Don't do more than you can afford,
right,
please.
Right. And we appreciate every dollar you go, but once you do a donation to the patrons, you're in forever. As long as we do the patron programs, once you become a patron, it doesn't matter how much you give or how often you give or any of that, you're automatically in, and that's all it takes. Now, we encourage you to take advantage of the rewards, because I'll tell you what, we have got a ton of people starting to get into our hangouts.
We need to do another thing, yeah.
Guess when we're going to do it?
I don't know, because you don't tell me. It can't be next weekend. We're going to the event next weekend.
It's not going to be next weekend.
Okay.
But if you go to the top right corner, we may actually have on the website several prominent parts where it talks about the next patron hangout is Saturday, August 23rd. So we are going to be doing that.
Okay. It's 2 days before my brother's birthday. His 40th.
Yes, we'll have to have fun with that. So anyways, August 23rd is going to be the next patron hangout, and we've got a lot of people that have gone as patrons and chose the rewards for the hangouts, and actually the ones that I've been the most thankful and surprised about is the majority of them that go and become patrons go for the whole shebang, the
really?
path tag one. The majority of our patrons are in the path tag tier.
That's wonderful.
Which gives you the path tag tier, gives you the hangout tier.
You gotta start working on
gives
that.
you the that's going to be done this month too. You get the
we are so busy.
The patron podcast that we give as well, and you can be in a contest, and there's more stuff. So we got even more things that are coming in. So yeah, good stuff. We really got a lot of things going, and the patron program's really starting to help out considerably when it comes out to that. So anyways, yeah, lots of stuff. We got the pre-show.
Can we scroll down, please?
Can we what now?
I don't want to look at myself just sitting there by
Sitting
myself.
there by
That looks
yourself.
sad.
That looks sad. I don't like that. Okay, so good stuff. We got a lot of good things.
Yeah.
And so the patron pre-show is continuing on. Let's do a little test here while we are going on. Let's do a little bit of, let's take a walk and see how that's working. That seems to be working pretty well. I've got the other stuff set up. Yeah, lots of stuff. We didn't get a chance. I'm kind of curious from all the people that are in the chat room and around the world watching the videos.
They're talking about the souvenirs for the month.
Oh, that's exactly what I was going to talk about.
How did I guess?
You're just good at that. We're kind of curious. There are a lot of people out there that went through and, like, on the first weekend or the first days, got their souvenirs for the 7 souvenirs of August for 2014. And we're kind of curious how many people in our community that watch the podcast, how many of you have actually got all of them already?
Well, I know one family in the chat room has already gotten all of them.
Yes.
So we know that.
Yep. And
because they went out the first day. Yeah. But a couple of them in the chat room, most of them in the chat room have only gotten a couple.
Yeah, and you do what you can.
Yeah.
And I think the philosophy that's working out for a lot of people is if you get the ones that you know are going to be more difficult first.
Well, actually, one person has gotten a traditional and an event, and that's it yet.
Okay, that's better than us because we
it's like we got 0.
We got nothing.
We were sad.
It was very sad. We'll talk about it in the show. But
Taz has 4.
Yeah, because we ended up trying. Let's see, we couldn't do it Friday on the 1st. The 2nd, we were actually going to go get one out because of our wedding anniversary.
Torrential downpour. It completely ruined everything.
3 inches of rain came through on Saturday.
So I was like, Christ.
Yeah. So we went through, and I went and was doing some stuff in the rain on Saturday.
Yeah.
Trying to get some things done, and ended up getting sick on Sunday.
Yeah, you were sick on Sunday.
So I didn't even hardly get out of bed. That's how bad it was. So the weekend was, long story short, was completely shot. So we are planning, we'll probably do some stuff this weekend, and not much, but a couple of the ones that I think are easier that we'll try to get some of those.
We have to go see Grayson and Lizzie.
Yes, we got to go see the niece and the nephew. And then on the 16th is a couple events, and they've got a lot of geocaches that they're placing for those events to fit in with the souvenirs. So I think if we do that, we'll be pretty much set by on the 16th, and we'll go off on that. So that should be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, yes, lots of good stuff a-going. I'm trying to think other good things. It's just been a whirlwind.
Well, I had a good evaluation today.
Did you?
Yes.
That's always good.
So I have a job for another year.
Yay!
Yeah. My boss is retiring at the end of the year. December 31st is his last working day. And for anybody who's in public safety or knows anybody who's in public safety, it is a family. So it's like one of your family members is leaving.
Well, he's been there for how many years? You've been there for how many years?
I've been with the city for about 16 years, but I've been with the fire department for 11 since 04, whatever that is, 10. And I'm like, I don't even know how long I've been there.
It seems like forever.
And he's been there for 12. So I've been there almost his entire career there, and he is by far the best boss I have ever had, ever.
Yeah.
And there were grown men crying when he announced his retirement.
I bet.
And you don't get that. You just don't get it. And so he's going to be retiring. He's been in public safety for 35 years. So he's tired of hearing sirens and seeing lights flash.
Yep.
So.
Well, congrats, and we would wish him the absolute best.
I'm very sad.
Yeah. And that's what happens with change. So a little more on the lighthearted stuff, since we've been kind of
I've been crying.
Riding that emotional roller coaster today.
Sorry, it's what I do sometimes.
Let's show you something that.
It's happy stuff though.
Want to see something you never seen before? I'll show you mine.
I always want to.
I'm just saying, it's right here. If I can take it out of the package. There it goes.
We'll leave it in the package.
Well, I'm going to take it out for people to see it. For the people, and they're like, what is
he family show,
What is
man?
he talking about?
God,
I am talking about a geocoin. I don't know what you're thinking. So anyways, this is what we're giving away for episode 74. It'll be tonight for next week. If you've never seen this before, you've heard us talk before in the past about the Colorado Geo Art, where they literally did the flag of Colorado and the cool diamond pattern that's around us, coinsandpins.com actually sent to us this week. We just got it, and this talks about the actual geocache itself. So this is it. This is the actual Colorado GeoArt GeoCoin. We only have one. This is the only one we've got. We are giving it away for episode 74 tonight. So stay tuned to get your answers in for episode 74, the GeoSnippits. Yes.
You have to read. I'm not saying that.
Okay. So, anyways, it's the GeoSnippits Cache Dash. So that's what we're going to be giving away with that. We give away lots of good stuff.
Yes.
Awesome. How's the coffee?
It's good.
The top one from Taz?
Read from Salty. The last two.
The last two. Okay. GeoCoins. I was talking GeoCoins.
See that now? You know why I wasn't going to repeat that.
Okay, that's fine. That's how it is. We're a family-based show. We.
Yeah, that's why Amy doesn't say that.
Oh, I have enough time with Scott Burks.
I'm going to need some more coffee if we're going to go there.
Geocaching podcast. It's one of those things where Scott did with Walt. They did the Chicago Geocaching podcast.
Walt?
Yes. Grogan, I think is his last name.
I don't know him.
Anyways, they did a show called the Chicago Geocaching Podcast for 100 episodes plus. I mean, they had a lot of extra episodes that they did in there, but 100 official episodes that they did for their run with that. And that show was a very fun show, but it was definitely adult interesting.
They wanted a close-up of my coffee mug.
Well, there you go. So anyways, there was a very hardcore show, and Scott and Walt got to say whatever they wanted to say. It was their show, and that's how they did it, and they did it very well, but this is not something you would play with the kids around. And so when I've got Scott is also a co-host on the Geocaching podcast.
You had to say, okay.
And he is actually very good. He is very good. We will make a word in the conversation, and all of a sudden you'll hear him kind of go, and you know he's thinking what he's thinking.
His brain's going way off of here.
It's way out there.
Yeah.
And so, he does this very well. I think I've only had to technically beep him once out of the almost a year now that he's been on the show. But it's a great show. It's a good show for you fine folks to listen to as well. So, yeah, good stuff.
They like my kitties.
Oh, very nice. We got enough of them.
Oh, my cup.
That too, on the cup as well. I mean,
yes, we have
5 cats.
Yeah. Well, 3 of them started out as mine. Okay?
I'm allergic to cats.
Yes. He adopted, we were watching a friend's litter while she was out on vacation.
It was a trap. It was a trap.
I fully intended to send all of those cats back to her.
It didn't work.
2 of them stayed.
Yes. Hector, who was the only boy, he was the runt, the little scrawny, sick. He had a mushroom. I've never seen this on cats before.
He had a ringworm.
He had ringworm, and he had this mushroom thing growing on his.
Mushroom.
It was on his. He was a freaking hunchback.
Oh my God.
And he's like,
he was nonstop.
He would go through, and
he's so sad.
He was terrorizing because he was looking for Belle or whatever her name was.
Oh, stop!
And,
that is so mean.
So she had to. She
couldn't help it.
She had to do. Amy had to keep him.
Yeah, Amy.
Up. Oh,
Amy. Yeah. He's like, that's crazy. Let's keep it, but you do it.
So, anyways, so Hector's got the goatee. He's very cool cat, very good, and he's a fluff boy. He just his favorite thing to do in front of you is just fall on his back and say, "Rub me." He's a great cat. And then Kate. And Kate is my princess. Kate is my little. She's got the best golden colorings I have ever seen. He looks like a tortie, but not quite. She's got some white.
She's got white on her. Yeah.
But other than that, she's a tortie, and she's got these golden eyes, and she
has a little
goatee thing
right there that hangs down. Yeah.
Anyways, great cats. They're belly rubbers. All the cats are awesome except for
Blackberry,
the bowling ball. Anyways,
he doesn't like Blackberry.
Not my favorite cat, but all of them are nice. They're good cats, but yeah. We have 5 cats, so literally having cups
And
with
Emily.
cats, and then Emily, my frisbee catching pooch. So having cats on coffee cups is not a bad thing for us. 8:29, we got about a minute before the show goes, and everybody's going, dang, they talk about everything but geocaching. We talk about geocaching. It's just that a lot of times people like knowing what's going on in our lives, and this has been a very life-filled week. So
Yeah, today was extraordinarily good, and we're just kind of...
We are just going, thank you.
Yeah, our brains are not really focusing right now.
We are getting over all that.
So it's a good thing we have notes.
Yes, that's why we have notes.
And when I got home, he's like, hey, what should we talk about tonight? I'm like, are you kidding me? I got homework to do. This is your job.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, good stuff.
And
all
then
right.
Amanda comes up and says, let's talk about squirrels.
Well, we're an off family. What can I say?
I don't think so.
Yeah. All right, 8:30, folks. Time for the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. It's time for you to sit back, relax, get your favorite libation, get your favorite snack. It is time for us to have some fun and see what's going on. And the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast is going to start, give or take, right about once I scroll this stuff up. And they're like, what are they doing behind the sign?
Nothing.
All right.
We're doing nothing.
There we go. Good stuff.
Cheater.
Yeah, I know it. All right. The GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast is a proud member of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. Well, hello. Didn't you have coffee in your mouth when you did that?
No.
Okay.
I was laughing at Taz when he said, squirrel.
Where's that squirrel?
I was like, because I say that all the time.
Welcome to the GeoSnippets Reboot Podcast. It is August 7th, 2014, and in the next hour or so, both co-host Amy, the HeadHardHatress, and I will bring you some interesting information and tidbits about the game, the sport, yes, the obsession, known as geocaching. Yes, it is going to be one of those nights tonight, folks. And the chat room's already got a ton of people in there going crazy with all the things we've got going. Yeah, it's been great. We've got some incredibly good news today. We have, if you didn't know, we were kind of stressing out quite a bit about my unemployment. The actual unemployment itself, because of all the reductions and the new laws, and that you only get a certain amount of weeks and like a quarter of the pay what they used to give.
Oz has no squirrels.
Oz has no squirrels. Of course not. The snakes eat them all. That's how it is.
Oh, I guess.
They're pretty rough there. I would hate
and
to
the
think.
dingoes take babies.
The dingoes or squirrels.
Yeah.
But anyways, we had some really good news. We were really coming down to the wire. The unemployment was actually going to run out this week, and things were looking rather grim when it came to us.
It was going to be adventurous.
It was going to be life-changing, and literally did a face-to-face interview yesterday, and I did a face-to-face interview today for a job. And with the face-to-face interview for today, literally by the time I got home from driving from the interview, I got the job offer. So I officially have a job now.
Yep.
I'll be starting the 18th. The other nice thing is the face-to-face that I had from yesterday, that also came to me as an offer. So I have choices now. I never would have written this in a million years. We were just happy with one.
Oh, absolutely.
To come at us. And I did after I came back from the face-to-face today, I also had a phone interview for another job in a prominent university here in North Kakalaki, and that one even pays more than all of them. They want me coming in Wednesday for a face-to-face with them. So let's just say the base works in. Worst case scenario, I've got a job. We're getting there. So. Thank you, big guy. Thank you, everybody else, and thank you for all of the listeners out there that have said their prayers for us. We greatly, greatly appreciate it because it was about to get very ugly. So, anyways, that was good. As far as going out for the 7 souvenirs of August for 2014, we got a great big goose egg.
Yay!
Yay! We got 0.
Well, our weather has not cooperated. It didn't cooperate on our anniversary, so we could do the traditional. Well, traditional. It happened one time. It was going to be traditional, but the rain came, and we got like 3 inches of rain.
Literally 3 inches of rain.
Playing with this cord here.
That's right.
And so we couldn't go out geocaching.
Right.
And he was doing some stuff anyway. He ended up staying out in the rain all day, getting soaked, and he was sick the next day.
Yes. Very.
That kind of
kiboshed our weekend. So we got
that.
0 souvenirs yet.
Yep.
But we've got plans. We got lots of plans.
The best laid plans.
Yes, which we had for the first weekend. And you saw where they got us.
We're going out on the 16th to an event.
Mm-hmm.
And I know of one, and we might
go to another one.
If we can't get that one, we're going to get another one. So.
Right. So we've got basically
some options.
And where we're going for this event, they're actually putting out souvenir geocaches to get the other ones. And
we're going to go out this coming up weekend. Is this weekend the 16th?
Next weekend.
Okay, we're going out this weekend and doing some geocaching too. So.
Yeah, so we're gonna get there, and we're gonna talk a little bit about tonight, maybe if we run short on conversations, because it is our August Mishmash program. The other thing, Amy, if you want to talk about this and let the fine people.
Oh yeah, our next patron hangout, because we had such a great time and everybody said that they would want one again.
Yes.
And it wasn't the most boring thing they'd ever done. Our next patron hangout is, write it down, Saturday, August 23rd at 3:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Right. Yep. And if you go to geosnippits.com, in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see a little graphic for all that as well, for a reminder for people. But yes, our next patron hangout, Saturday, August 23rd at 3 p.m. is going to be our next hangout. We had such a great time last one.
We did.
And we've got quite a few patrons that have signed up now that are eligible for the hangouts. And if you haven't, why not? Because that is a reward that comes just with so many other rewards that you really should get into the hangouts.
Oh, apparently Bible Man Rick says hi. He's watching live at work but can't get into the chat room.
Oh, good, because we stole totally one of his ideas. Okay, I stole totally one of his ideas, which is actually one of the things we'll be talking about on the show tonight.
Yeah.
So, good stuff.
He's going to give you credit there,
We're going to give you credit, Rick, because when I steal something, doggone it, the right person that I steal from gets to know. Anyways, let's move on. The cool thing is, for the contest for August, is the August Patron Program Contest. The August Patron Program Contest. Become a supporter of our show and you'll win fabulous prizes from our contest sponsor, the Space Coast Geocaching Store. We want to thank the fine folks. If you've ever been there, we went to, DeBear and I went down to Florida for Geo Woodstock last year and actually stopped off at their store. They've got one of the coolest geocaches, pretty easy find, I might say. I don't want to spoil it for you, but the geocache there is a pretty easy find right on the store premises. So you'll get there and get a smiley regardless of all the goodies that you get to buy from the geocaching store from Space Coast. But anyways, they donated all this stuff. The contest ends August 28th, 2014, and we will do the winner on that day. And you say, how do you win? What complicated, strange, bizarre things do you want us to do this time, Andy? Well, it's pretty. All you got to do is become a patron. That's it.
Oh, that's easy.
That's it. If you go to and click any one of our patron
and
icons,
not embarrassing.
And not embarrassing. All you got to do is click on any one of our patron links. We've got them all over the place on the websites. You can go to www.patreon.com/HeadHardHat and go right to the page that way as well. All you have to do is a donation. Dollar amount, any amount that you want, you automatically become a patron. Now, one of the cool things that's cool with that is you're then eligible, from as long as we keep the patron program going, you're eligible for any contests like this that we do.
Please donate only amounts that you can afford and are comfortable with.
Right. Now, we do highly recommend you take care of our reward system, and we'll talk about that later on in the show. But that's it. Become a patron. all the people that are patrons that will have a list, just like we did last month with that really cool thing for the Garmin eTrex 10 GPSR. We'll do a drawing for the grand prize. Hey, you might ask, what's some of the stuff that you win? What's in the grand prize?
It's cool stuff.
It's cool stuff. There are 2 Space Coast Geocaching Store path tags. There are 2 micro geocache tubes, 4 ultra micro geocaches. They're like this big. They're awesome, enough to fit the logbooks. There's a Muncie starter kit.
They're like this big.
Yeah, there's a Muncie starter kit. There's a Muncie beverage holder. There are 3 geocache stickers, $10 discount cards, 10% discount cards. Thank you, and the rare special gold Space Coast Geocaching Store Geocoin. I don't even have that. I've got the nickel one that I bought when I was down there in Florida, but they've actually got a rare circulation of just a few of these gold ones, and that's going to be the prize that's a part of that as well. We're also going to have a couple of like second and third place prizes for patrons as well. So it's not going to be just one person winning. You can have up
Can I enter?
No, sorry. Neither can I. We don't get into all the good stuff. We don't get the goodies. You fine folks do. So take advantage of that. Become a patron and get into this contest. More details on the GeoSnippits website. Be sure to check that out. So you say to yourself, wow, all this cool stuff that's going on, how do I get involved with this? How can I watch the show live or generally get in touch with Andy or Amy? Because they're kind of cool and they like to talk to us and we like to talk to them, and there's communication there. That's always fun. Tell me how many other shows do that. I mean, seriously, you can just sit down and talk with the host at will, practically. Well, it's real simple. To watch the live feed, join us in the chat room by going to geosnippets.com on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, where you can watch us record the show live. We also have all our social media links, including for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel via the geosnippets.com website. We have Google Plus. Where we get a lot of our feedback from our viewers and listeners through Google+. Amy's very big into Facebook. I've got that too, and Twitter. Just click on the links underneath, and our emails are there. Any way that you want to contact us, you can do that through by going to geosnippets.com and clicking onto our social networks tab up on the top menu. Finally, we have our voicemail line where you can call in your comments, your questions, your suggestions by calling 919-341-9519, or you don't even have to worry about your phone charges, especially our friends that are international that want to contact us. All you have to do is go to www.geosnippets.com, and on the right side of the website is our Send Voicemail tab. Click onto that, and you can have instant access through either your smartphone, your tablet, your laptop. If you've got a microphone on your computer, whatever it takes, you can record up to 3 minutes. Tell us anything you want to know about the show. Tell us about things you'd like to see on the show, suggestions for new episodes, all your adventures that you have when it comes to geocaching, anything that goes on there. And if we deem worthy, we will put that out onto the website for you fine folks or into the show itself. And speaking of that, we actually have some
and I know who it is without even looking at the bottom.
There you go. So I'm going to let you talk about viewer feedback via wife Amy.
Says, hey guys, just wanted to shoot you an email to tell you that we made our goal of earning all 7 souvenirs yesterday. It was a long day that took us to 2 states and about 100 miles, but it was worth it. We had a group of about 15 trailing from northern Colorado to Wyoming and back. The crazy things we do for geocaching.
Awesome, and that's from?
Memphis Mafia.
Memphis Mafia. That's awesome. Congratulations, guys, on doing that.
And we want to shout out to Mike Prefontaine for his 1,000 geocache finds.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Mike. Thank you, folks, for sending that in. That's awesome. We appreciate it. And good stuff. Congratulations to everybody. Let's move on. Tonight's episode is brought to you in part by cache-advance.com. For all your geocaching needs, cache-advance.com. Go find it. And also by
coinsandpins.com, the best place to get custom coins, geocoins, lapel pins, and patches made. Go through our GeoSnippets links and use the promo code HardHat for a 10% discount. The poker chip geocoins are a geocoin that coinsandpins.com now has available. And FYI for our listeners, you can sign up for their newsletter to get notified of when new coins and patches are available for sale. We also are very thankful to all of our sponsors, and if you want to see more of their products, be sure to go to our GeoSnippits websites and simply click on their logos. Not only do you get great deals, but it helps our program as well.
Absolutely. Moving on. Yee-haw! Yip, yip, yip. GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, episode 74, August Mishmash episode. Did you notice the yip, yip, yip was just a little more heightened?
Yes.
I feel so much better.
I know.
It's like...
Me too.
I can breathe. Yip, yip, yip. Awesome stuff. We have our Mishmash episode. And for the folks that haven't gone through one of them, we try to do them about once a month, every other month, whenever we are able to. And sometimes there are subjects that are just too short to do an entire show about. So we
even for Andy.
Even for me, believe it or not. The Reader's Digest version.
Which is never a Reader's Digest version.
Yeah, I know. Anyways, we find other subjects that don't quite, you can kind of mishmash together and kind of put together in a collage, and that's what our mishmash episodes are. They're just ways of taking a bunch of little subjects and being able to discuss them on the show at once, so that's kind of cool. The caffeine's hitting your eyes, my dear. I can see it there. You're sparkling.
Really?
Yeah. It must have been good creamer or something. I don't know.
Anyways, creamer is good. It's hazelnut.
It can be. This is something that I found today that was really kind of odd, and I don't remember anybody else quite talking about this yet. I didn't know they actually did this. Mm-hmm. It's actually called, we got this from the It's Not About the Numbers blog.
I have seen this before.
Okay, but this is cool. I really think this is cool. And what this is the Discover the World's First Implanted Travel Bug. Mm-hmm. Now, the way this works is the name of the actual travel bug number, this is the public one, so you can actually go and check this out for yourself, is T as in Tom, TB60G6.
60Z G6.
All right, let me try that again with both my dentures at the same time. TB60 Z as in zebra G6.
Yes.
Okay, so check that out. If not, it'll be in the show notes for the people that can't understand HeadHardHat's mundling. Anyways, it's called the Mark of the Geocacher, and the name of the actual geocacher is KJWX. However that pronounces.
In New Zealand.
And it's in New Zealand, mm-hmm. And it is the first, say that word.
The world's first subcutaneous travel bug.
Yes.
And subcutaneous is below the skin.
Yes, thank you, because you're good with the big fancy words. Anyways, if you go see the link that we'll have in the show notes about this, or if you go to the actual travel bug code, they have similar information in both of them. It's very simple. There is this little, why don't you explain it, because you do this with animals as well.
Well, we don't implant travel bugs.
No, but I'm talking about the actual implant.
Okay, it looks like a little smaller than much smaller than a quarter. Mm-hmm. And all it is like a little tube. Yeah, it's like a little tube. A little tube, and it looks like it's about that long.
Maybe about I don't know, a quarter of an inch of that.
And it just goes under your skin, so it feels like you have a little rod under there, maybe.
Right.
And if anybody has had their pet microchipped,
yes,
that's what it is.
Okay,
basically.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. So yeah. But if you didn't know what a microchip was, you wouldn't have known what I was talking about.
Okay, fair enough. Normally with this, if you want to get a good reference, if you've ever seen those teeny tiny plastic logbook holders that you get out of the bison tubes, that sometimes if you buy a bison tube, it'll have this teeny tiny little holder in the center of it, mm-hmm. and it's got this little log in it, and a lot of people use those mm-hmm. as little micro geocaches in mm-hmm. of themselves. It's about that size, maybe a little smaller. Mm-hmm. And they implant it. Now, this was actually implanted into the person's hand.
Can you show me the code again, please?
And I'll put it right up here. Let me put it up here again. It is TB60 60Z, G as in George, 6.
Okay.
And it'll take you to the website. And it's really cool. And it goes all about, if you read the article, it goes into how they got into it, the different radio frequencies on here, because you can put data in this little tube. Normally it would be things for your animals. It would be the address, phone number, how to contact the owner.
It says it's fully compliant with near-field communication technology, the short-range wireless, yada yada, found in newer Android, Windows, and BlackBerry phones.
Right. So basically what happens if you want to register this, you know that near-touch sensor that people have, like on the, I guess the Samsungs had it very popular with that, where all you had to do is touch the phones together for a half a second, and it transferred that little bit of information, so you could transfer the URL to a call list or whatever you had on there, a picture or what have you. It works the same way. All you do is turn on the, I think it's NFS. You turn that on, you put it next to the hand, it'll register it, and it takes you to where the travel bug information is.
Okay. And here it says his is a glass ampule, which is about the size of a grain of rice, which is about the size of a microchip. And it says his arrived on Monday. He had it installed the following day, and the stitches came out a week later. And now you can't even tell where it is. Now, my question would be, if it's glass, what is the chance of him hitting his hand or wherever the ampule is?
I'm sure it's made of something that's pretty darn rugged that's going to have to take that.
I'm too paranoid for that.
Okay, because I would imagine I would imagine metal or something like that may interfere with things a little differently than the ampule that they have. And again, this is the same kind. I know a lot of people that is actually the wave of the future. Is going to be these little implants. So instead of you carrying around your wallet,
right.
All you're going to do is you're going to have this implant, and they've been talking about this since the Stone Age.
He said,
having this.
Yes, it did hurt to get it implanted, and no, I don't worship Satan. I'm like, who would even ask that?
I don't know, but it's just one of those things. I thought it was a cool thing to do. It just goes to show you how dedicated or obsessed geocachers get to do something like that. And so yeah, get yourself set up to have your own travel bug permanently implanted and go from there. I think that's going to eventually be the way of the future. There's going to be an implant that's going to go in your hand, and instead of paying through your credit card and the rest of that, you just wave it over in front and you're done. And I know there's a lot of theorists out there that get into other things with it as well, because they've been predicting stuff like this forever, and now it's actually starting to come into fruition and just having to come into geocaching, which I thought was pretty cool. Again, we're going to have a link to all this fun stuff on our show notes, and you'll be able to go and check that out.
Oh, they're already doing that.
And that's good. That's all that comes with that. So we thought, well, what other extremes have geocachers done that we have seen just in the past year or so that people have done when it comes to travel bugs?
Now, I know Memphis has a travel bug tattoo, and he just recently got it.
Mm-hmm.
But I have seen it before, which got me intrigued because I have tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, well, that would be kind of cool. But I had just gotten into geocaching, and I thought, well, I don't know if I'm that dedicated yet. So I decided to wait, and I'm still on the edge.
Okay.
So I don't know if I want one yet or not. I mean, the tattoo itself is not the question. It's whether I want a travel bug tattoo or not.
Right.
So I'd be interested to see. I'd be interested to know how many people who have gotten one got out of geocaching.
Yes.
That would be an interesting thing.
And what do you do then?
That's my point.
Yeah, that is an interesting thing, because we've been to many different geocaching events already, and people have shown us their travel bug tattoos.
Yes.
I've seen them in rather unique spots.
Yeah, and the girls usually have them in obscure places like their foot or their ankle or something like that. The guys have them on their arm or shoulder or something, you know. But yeah, I mean, if you're all into geocaching and you're hard and heavy, and then all of a sudden one day you just kind of over the years, just kind of get out of it or whatever, what do?
Yeah.
You've got this travel bug on you.
Now, I wonder if you could actually, I would imagine a QR code would be kind of difficult to do as a tattoo, but I wouldn't doubt them not being able to do it. For the people that don't know QR codes, for Munzie, when you go to find those little squares and you've got all the little dots in the square and you scan it and then it picks it up and goes ding and tells you that you found the geocache or the Munzie, those are QR codes. That would be probably kind of hard to make into a tattoo, especially on a person like myself where I have, got a few pounds on me, and to either lose all those pounds or gain more weight, and suddenly that little square's a rectangle where it shouldn't be. That may not travel as well, but I wonder if you could do a barcode and have it as a tattoo.
Well, still, it's still same principle. If you gain or lose weight, it
could shift enough that it does that. But if you've got a barcode like on your forearm,
it's still if you gain weight.
Yeah, but even then, if you get out of geocaching, I'm sorry, you have some interesting tattoo stuff around it. Yeah. People are going to just think that's cool anyways.
Salty says there's no way out of geocaching.
Once you're in, you're in.
Right.
But yeah, there's
and a good point was that you still, even if you get out of it and have this tattoo, you still got really good stories to tell.
Oh, absolutely.
So, there's pros and cons to it all.
Yeah, and how that QR code went from a nice little square into a beach ball, that's a good story. I'm just saying.
But it looks like a turtle.
Exactly. So let us know. Let us know about your tattoos that you have that are geocaching related. We'd be kind of interested.
Mine are not geocaching related.
Yeah, well, the ones that are. We'd be kind of curious on why you put them on there and what was your train of thought. And do you have any regrets?
I don't have any regrets.
I am not painted, so I do not have tattoos on myself.
I got mine for very specific reasons.
Right.
I got mine. My first one was after my divorce from my first husband.
Right.
And then I got one for my animal rescue.
Right.
And then I got one of a phoenix and a lotus together.
Yeah.
And they all mean something to me.
And I think that's why
and
a lot of...
that's the important thing. As long as they mean something to you, that really is ultimately the important thing.
Or it was that 2 o'clock in the morning bar night you can't remember anymore.
That is what you should not do. If you do that, shame on you.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, what's this travel bug thing?
Yeah, who's Sally? Really?
Yes, good stuff.
Don't get people's names on you.
Yeah,
sorry,
really.
Honey, but no.
Yeah, no, I agree. Hold on. So, just, let us know. We'd be kind of interested.
And would you allow your kids to do it?
That was my other question. Would you allow your kids to do it if they were of age?
If they were of age, but in certain states, the laws may be different.
Yes.
As long as you have parental signature.
Mommy, I want a travel bug.
Yeah. 16.
Yeah.
13.
Yeah.
As long as you have parental consent, it may be okay.
Yeah. Would you do it? We'd be interested to know. Let us know. Send us through gsreboot@gmail.com or send it in through our send voicemail tab. Let us know what you think about this because I think this would be up for some pretty interesting discussion. Mm-hmm. And we already got some good stuff going in the chat room already. Mm-hmm. All right. For our show and tell.
Oh, he's pretty proud of this.
I think this is kind of cool because I totally ripped it off of one of our viewers. And I
hope Rick is still watching.
I hope Bible Man Rick is watching because I totally ripped him off out of it. We did...
rip it off.
We did the idea. I did. So basically, hey, I admit it. Okay, we did the hang. Okay, copy rip off. That's all. Right there on that line. We did the hangout last month for the patron hangouts, and Bible Man Rick was one of the people that actually participated with it and was on live with us while we were doing it. And we highly encourage you to do that. We'll get more into that as it gets closer to actually doing the hangout. But anyways, there are several people that are allowed to come into the hangout with us as we're doing the recording of it, and you're able to just talk just like we're doing right now. Anyways, in behind Rick was something similar to what I have behind Amy and myself here with the geocoins. And basically what these are shadow boxes that are made for holding large coins. And you can hold, I think there's probably about 50 or so geocoins that are in each one of these boxes. And also behind Rick was a shadow box, but it didn't have geocoins. It had path tags.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you look behind Amy here for the people watching the show through the video, and for the people listening to the audio, there is a wooden outline of the United States. And inside that outline is about 60 or so path tags scattered around inside the entire outline. And it's a cool way of showing a lot of path tags. In fact, I think we had a whole discussion about path tags. Yes, no, don't go to sleep. You have your coffee. Okay. So we had actually in the hangout we had quite the discussion about geocoins and path tags. It was really cool because we were showing some of our favorites that we had as well, which was neat. So the one that was behind Bible Man Rick, he had a shadow box similar to mine, and what he did, instead of having all the shelves for all the geocoins to be on, or all the path tags to be on the back of it, well, let me show you. It's a little easier. This is what I did. It's not a shadow box. It's actually a 8 by 10 frame, and what it is a way of displaying 63, and I'm sure you probably could have squeaked in maybe another extra row up and down.
Oh, no, I think it looks better.
But like I think it looks good like this because it gives that frame of it.
Yeah.
But this is 63 path tags that we're showing to the viewers right now in a black frame. And all it is an 8 by 10 picture frame. And let's explain how to make this, because this is really cool.
Yes, go ahead.
All right. So basically all you need to make this. And this literally took me, I kid you not, it took me longer to get the path tags the way I wanted them. Because you're saying, well, why aren't they falling off? Why aren't they moving all over the place? I don't see any pins where the holes are. And this is how it works. You get an 8 by 10 or any size photo frame that you want for that matter. You can customize it to anything you want. You get one glue stick. You get one 8 by 10 form-fit magnet printable page. So in other words, what happens is you go to Staples or some of your computer stores, and they come by 8.5 by 11 sheets of magnet, and you can take them where you can print on them and then cut them the way you want, and they turn into your refrigerator magnets that you like hanging out, and then you can customize them, print them. This time you just need the blank sheets. You also need, in this case, to make 9 rows by 7 rows, you need 63 path tags, which is what I used for this. And it's really cool. All you have to do is take the back section of the actual photo frame, the actual back of it, and you take that out, and you leave the glass in, and you take out any matting or anything that's in that part. And then to the side that's going to be facing the glass, you take the black magnet and you glue it to the back of the picture frame.
Click here.
Okay? Yeah, let me get that for you. There you go. Sorry about that. So anyway, so what will happen is the part that's facing towards the glass, you have the magnet side up, and you glue the back of it to the back of the picture frame. And you let that dry, and so you've got the actual magnet facing the glass when it goes in like this. To that, you simply place the path tags. Now, I tried some different ways of doing this. I think the ones that look the neatest without pulling your hair out is to make sure they all touch each other so that you don't have any gaps in between the path tags. Because when you got this many path tags, and unless you draw lines or something to keep them absolutely perfect, it's going to drive you nuts making them try to look right. If they stay in this nice rectangle like this, and each of the path tags are touching each other, it looks nice, and it's a lot easier to put them in place. But the cool thing is because you use the magnetic strip, they just stay. So that works out really well, and I'm sure you can come up with some unique designs with that as well. You let this dry, and then you fit it right back into the frame as it is, and then you've got this really cool display, and this will be up on the wall for next week. Excuse me. So this will go up on the wall, but this is a cool idea for people, because a lot of times a lot of people keep their path tags in albums and in other ways with that, but you never get a chance to see them. And I think that's one of the discussions that we really liked about the idea that Bible Man Rick had with his is that this is a cool way of displaying lots of them at a time. And there are so many different things that you can use besides shadow boxes. You can use the photo album or the photo frame like I used. You can use shadow boxes. There are path tag cubes that you can put 6 path tags, one for each side, that are magnetic. There are wooden shapes, circles, and other things that are all over the place, like the United States one that we have behind us. Tons of shapes. I've seen a holder that's a giant circle that looks like a path tag to hold path tags. And I think you can hold like 150 of them in the size of the one that I saw, which was really cool. There are path tag boxes that I thought were really cool. So in other words, you have your ornate, whatnot boxes that have a wooden top to them, and they have the holes placed in with the little magnets to hold the path tags that way. And the other ones that you can really go crazy with, I saw that at Geo Woodstock once, was an entire wooden mural that they had up in pieces. I think it looked like an oak tree, an entire oak tree.
Well, for those of us who have 2 and 4, we need to wait.
2 and 4?
Path tags.
That's it?
Yes.
They need more than that?
I need more.
Okay, yes. That way, and okay.
Or I need a really small frame.
And you can do that. Get a little 2x2 and put your 4 path tags in it.
No, SaltCA has 4.
Okay. Hey, whatever it takes.
I have 2.
Whatever it takes.
I have 2.
Well, we'll have to teach you how to get into the collections. That was something that somebody talked about when we were in the hangout. Come to think about it, hint? I don't get the hint. She wants more path tags, of course not. But there are a lot of people out there. Like when we were talking to Mark Downey from Mo Beep, path tags are not all that popular in Europe, or at least in the UK where he's at.
No, because we were talking about geocoins.
Right.
Yeah, the coins are not that.
Not that much, and even less on the path tags.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the idea is, and we said, well, one of the best ways, if you want to start trading path tags, one, you should need to go to pathtag.com, which a lot of people didn't go, wait a minute, there's a place called pathtag.com. Go to pathtag.com and check the site out for a nominal fee, and it's really not that much, comparatively speaking to swag and all the rest of it. When you initially buy these path tags, they cost you about $2 a piece to make, which that's dollar store prices or things like that. If you buy more of them at a time, the price goes down. So you can literally get it down to $1 a path tag, depending on how many you get for things like that. But anyways, go to pathtag.com. If you want to, you can get into their trading area where you've got your path tags, you see other path tags you want to trade with, and you trade with them and you mail to each other the path tags. I used to do that all the time. I need to get a new set of path tags to do that because, one, we're going to have it for the patron show, but that's only going to go to patrons, and some for HeadHardHat. So anyways, go to pathtag.com, check their site out, make some path tags. We can do a show on how to create path tags. I think we've actually done one in the past, but we can always redo stuff like that. And that way we can go through and make path tags and show you how to make your path tags and do the graphics and all that fun stuff. And you can do that, and we'll do it right on the show. If you're interested, let us know. We'd like to know. So yeah, tons of stuff and ways of displaying multitudes of path tags instead of keeping them in folders or tackle boxes or all the other ways that people hold on to their path tags.
Taz has 140 in his binder and another 60 that need to go in.
There you go. Like I said, just that 10 by 10 frame was 63 path tags. Oof. So cool stuff. All right. Well, good stuff. Yeah, we had a lot of stuff. We hope you enjoyed that part of it. I think it's time to move on. But good discussion. Anything else? All right. Let's move on.
Your support helps keep all of the GeoSnippits Reboot shows running along. Please consider making a PayPal donation through the link on our website to support our efforts and your ongoing entertainment. From all of us at GeoSnippits, we thank you.
Absolutely. You know, one of the things that we had talked about early in the show is for the contest for August, and all you have to do is become a patron. I'm not going to go through the whole spiel tonight about the Patron campaign, but just to let you know, we need money to keep the show going. And
you do?
yes, we even since I've got a job now, we still need to help because
Yes,
there's a ton of money that's involved with that. Not to mention all the equipment. We've got 2 chairs that are busted here that we need to replace.
Yeah, every time I move, I'm afraid it's going to go.
Yes, so things like that, stuff to keep the show
Which is
going.
entertaining, but.
But just from everything from equipment to hosting to getting the shows out, everything that deals with GeoSnippits, we need money to do that. We need your help to support it, and it's starting to grow, and we really appreciate it because it's helping. Every penny that you guys donate goes into everything that deals with the show.
Yep.
And so for you to help support us, we found out about the Patron program and got signed up for it, and now people are signing up for us. And all you have to do to get into all of our contests, the basic flat rate, just getting in so that you can participate in our Patron contests, all you have to do is go to www.patreon.com/HeadHardHat. And go to our webpage for that. You can go to any of our links that are on our GeoSnippits web pages. It'll take you to the Patreon website just as easy by clicking right on the logo. And just do a flat amount, any dollar amount that you want to do. You're instantly a patron. If you want to continue to give more money, we would appreciate it. We've got a lot of people that do weekly and monthly payments that they do for their donations. We greatly appreciate it. And the only other thing I'm going to say is consider, not only just to become a patron to get into our contests, consider the reward system that we have there. We have rewards that we're going to give away for people that donate X amount of money that they're going to get a patron path tag that we're going to design this month, or at least get the contest going for it.
Get it started.
We're going to get it started for you find people to help design it for us, and one lucky person is going to win that and an extra prize for designing the path tag that we're going to use. An extra prize. The other patrons that have already signed up for the path tag will get the path tags then. There's also a level for our Hangouts, which we are going to do every month now. We just talked about that a little while ago. We have our Patron pre-show podcast. So what we do is we take, literally it's a half hour worth of content now that we turn into a podcast that goes out each and every week for our patrons that qualify for that and for the contest itself. So tons of rewards depending on how much money you give, and the higher amount you get, the more rewards you get.
But only give what you can afford and what you feel comfortable
Right,
with.
And we appreciate all that you do.
Yep.
But literally, it helps keep the show going. We greatly appreciate it. All right, let's move on. All right, it is time for the GeoSnippits Geocaching Cash Stash. Let me explain what that is. We have some of the best companies in the geocaching world that want to get, quite frankly, the word out about their companies and the products that they provide. And to do that, they donate some of those products to us that we, both wife Amy and I, turn into prizes to give back to you. And that is our Geocaching Cash Stash. We do that each and every week. And for last week, for episode 73, Amy, let's talk about the prize that we are going to give away tonight.
From cash-advance.com, it's the golf ball geocache.
Yes, this is really cool. It's an actual golf ball with a very cool hiding spot to hide the log, and the log included. And again, we want to thank Lisa from cash-advance.com for donating for that.
All right, and the question is, last week we talked about the GSAC tool.
Yes.
All right. So the question was, what do the letters GSAC stand for? And the answer is Geocaching Swiss Army Knife.
Very good. Okay, so how this works is we take the total amount of correct answers that we get in, and we count them up, and I put it in this random number generator.
Which is random.
Which is very random when I click it, and it gives me a number. I also have in here is all the correct answers in the emails. So that's what we have here. Amy is going to take her magic coin. Do you have said magic coin? And she's going to flip it. Now, this is how this works. If it's heads, we're going to go from the top of the list down. So say, for example, I had 10 as the random number. I'm going to count down, and the 10th one down is going to be our winner. If it's tails, we're going to count from the bottom up. So if we've got 100 of them, we'll go up 10 from the bottom, and number 90 will be our winner. So that's how it does. It adds just a little bit more
oomph,
randomness and oomph to this. So are we going up or are we going down?
Heads.
Heads, we're going down. All right, our winner is... Okay.
Oh, Taz likes your Return of the Jedi poster.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. We got a story behind that. I'll tell you in a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reader's Digest.
So the winner is
this thing's in the way.
Blakewellington.
Just show it to me.
Okay, I'm gonna do this. B.L. Blake.
Oh.
L. Wellington.
Dude, really?
Okay, BLAKELLEWELLYN. I'll say that one more time. BLAKELLEWELLYN. Okay. That is our winner. Congratulations. Now do us a favor. Is send us the person who just won, of which name I cannot pronounce.
Well, it's their email address.
Right, and that may not necessarily be their geocaching name.
Exactly.
So anyways, you are our winner.
Okay.
Send us your address, and we will send that the Cash Dash Advance golf ball cash. We will send that out to you in the mail as soon as we possibly can. And congratulations to our winner for tonight. So you may be saying to yourself, hey, wait a minute, that's really cool. How do we get into this? How do we win all these cool prizes? Because they've been giving away such good stuff over all this time. How do we do it? Well, it's really simple. And here, I'm going to mark this while I'm thinking about it. For you to win and to be eligible to win a prize from the Cash Dash, one, you got to get all your correct answers in time. For this week, for episode 74, you have to have it in by Wednesday, August 13, 2014. Again, Wednesday, August 13, 2014. And I will put the bottom third up here for the people to see. And I will do that there. So for the people that are watching the video, and for the people listening in, all you have to do is send your answers into GSReboot, GSREBOOT, at gmail.com, subject line Q1 for question 1, episode 74 for tonight. All correct answers must be in again by August 13, 2014, 12 noon. All correct answers will be put in a drawing just like you saw tonight. Some weeks, for the people in the live chat room and watching this record on the video, we have an extra prize that we give away right then, right there, live on the show. We're not going to do it tonight, but we do it at least once a month, and we haven't done it for July yet, so we only got a couple weeks left.
We're in August, honey.
Or August, I should say. Why did I say July?
I don't know.
Anyways, for August, we didn't... you know what
if we didn't do it for July, we are late.
No, we did it for July. We need to do it for August. So maybe a little bird's telling you right now, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, that next week maybe we might give it away. Nudge, nudge. So we'll have to see. We'll find out. We give it away at least once a month. All right. So everybody's saying, okay, cool. What about this week? What are we winning this week?
Oh, this one's not even fair.
We have one of these.
Well, this question isn't even fair.
Okay, fair enough. Let's do it.
All right. From coinsandpins.com, you guys have already seen it.
We just got this in.
Yep, the Colorado GeoArt GeoCoin.
Yep, and for the people we showed in the pre-show, we're showing to you other fine people right now.
That wasn't the pre-show. Sorry.
This is the design that it is. It's a circle with the map of Colorado in the center, with some mountains in the background and some diamonds for added effect. This is the actual GeoArt that is out there. It's something in the neighborhood of 1,005 geocaches in a 60 by 60 mile grid. And this is from coinsandpins.com. Be sure to go to coinsandpins.com and check this out, especially if you're planning on going out and doing this geo art. This is fantastic. This is the one and only that we have. We got it this week. We are giving it away right away for you fine people.
Yep, this is it.
This is it. What's the question they're going to have to answer for this week for question episode 74?
This is so easy. Okay, question is, where is the state capital of Colorado?
Where is the state capital
of Colorado?
Get your answers in by Wednesday, and we will do a drawing next week for that fantastic GeoCoin. Thanks again for coinsandpins.com for donating that, and we'll see what the lucky winner is. Now, I have a question for you, and this is really to absolutely put you on the spot because I didn't know. All right. What is the difference between capital, C-A-P-I-T-O-L, and capital, C-A-P-I-T-A-L?
A-L is when you capitalize a letter.
Okay.
And O-L is the capital of a town or city. Very
good. A lot of people don't know this. Now, let me give you some examples. Many people...
I'm smarter than I look.
Oh, you're beautiful. You're beautiful and smart. Many people, particularly non-Americans, who see the word capital, C-A-P-I-T-O-L, in writing, assume that it is a typo of capital, C-A-P-I-T-A-L. In fact, the Capitol is a building that serves as the seat of government for the United States Congress. It is located in Washington, D.C., on the top of Capitol Hill.
Yes.
Now, here are some of the things that throw people off with this. I thought this was interesting just to add into the show.
And I didn't even look at the notes because I knew you would ask me.
That's good stuff. Capital, C-A-P-I-T-A-L. The word capital has numerous meanings. As a noun, it denotes a city that is at the seat of government for the country or state. It is the amount of money or property, and is... Gesundheit.
Thank you.
And is an adjective that denotes an uppercase letter, first rate, excellent, main, or principal. For example, the Capitol, O-L, is the main building in the U.S. Congress.
Yeah, the Capitol building.
The capital of England, A-L, the capital of England is London. So it's a U.S. government.
Okay. Right.
U.S. government, O-L, England, A-L. This was a capital speech you made from the Capitol.
They want to know what's the capital of Scotland.
Jersey.
It is not.
Okay. So the capital speech meaning first rate or excellent is A-L. And the last one that we were talking about, do you have any capital invested in her business, A-L or O-L?
A-L.
Correct, meaning money. So there's your little lesson for tonight. English was my worst subject in the world, so I just thought that was kind of interesting to talk about. Good stuff. You did very well. You get an A.
Thank you.
Talk to the teacher after class.
English was always my best subject.
I don't want to talk about it. Let's move on. Well, folks, we hope you enjoyed the show. We had a lot of fun tonight as well. Please make sure that let us know what you think of the show. Give us all the fun information that you want for more shows and more episodes and different things that you'd like to have us do on the show. Become a patron and help support our show and also get involved in all our patron contests like the great one we've got going on right now. And again, thanks to the Space Coast Geocaching Store for all that donations that they give for it. Finally, tell other geocachers about our show, especially a lot of geocachers that are brand new to geocaching. We kind of consider ourselves as a hybrid tutorial show. We talk about new things. We talk about how to do things in geocache and so much more than that. So tell other geocachers about the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. We would greatly appreciate
it. We want to thank our sponsors, cash-advance.com and coinsandpins.com. I want to thank Annie HeadHardHat Smith. Thanks to everyone watching in the chat room. Please keep those comments coming in. We'll see y'all next time.
That's right. I want to do an extra special thanks to Wife Wamey. Wife Wamey? Holy cow, Bullwinkle. Oy, it's been a long day, folks. And now I need coffee. Special thanks to wife Amy for putting up with all the shenanigans. Yes. We want to see you fine folks next week at Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for another spine-tingling, holy cow, what are they up to next?
Oh, my God.
GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. And like we like to say, it's what we'd like to say, for the GeoSnippits Reboot Studios right here in North Kakalaki. See you out on the trails, folks. Holkey, Smokes Bullwinkle. Bye-bye. Please be sure to join us each and every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for another episode of the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, right here on the GeoSnippits website at www.geosnippits.com. The video version of our show is available on YouTube, and the audio version is available on iTunes, Stitcher, Blueberry, the Tech Podcast Network, and many of your favorite podcatchers. We love hearing from our viewers and listeners, so please leave your feedback by emailing us at gsreboot@gmail.com, visit us through our social media sites, contact us via our voicemail line at 919-341-9519, or use our website Send Voicemail tab. The GeoSnippits Reboot is a HeadHardHat production and is produced by Amy and Andy Smith. This show is copyright 2014 by Andrew T. Smith. All rights reserved. And clear. Yes, that is one of the things that with all the stress that is coming off my shoulders now that I have a job, just
Everybody
within
say
these.
Congratulations.
Thank you, by the way, for everybody. I do appreciate it. But with all the stuff that's going on and the amount of we don't have to move, the things don't have to go crazy, don't have to find out where the cats and dogs go, or where I'm going to live, or any of that fun stuff. It's such a relief, and it is just now starting to really. I can really feel it. Like I'm going to sleep for like 2 weeks kind of feel to it.
Well, just wake me up in the morning because I got to go to work.
I'll try. So yeah, it's just one of those things. So if I'm a little more off than normal, that is why, because it's just been we've been totally blessed. And again, thank you for everybody for all that. There was somebody else that talked about what was the one comment I said we would get back to. Do you remember? Off the top of your head?
No.
Okay, somebody had said something about the Star Wars poster. That's what it was. And the reason that I have that is we finally emptied out our storage room up in Michigan, and we've got boxes everywhere from stuff that's been sitting in storage.
Oh my God! When he says everywhere,
we mean everywhere.
He means including the front porch.
Yes, which we still have stuff from my HeadHardHat Brotherhood days.
Yes, and it's driving me nuts.
And it's driving her crazy. So that's all part of the fun. But yes, the Star Wars poster, I've got a bunch of other ones that I have as well. Some of my collections that I forgot I even had up there because it's been 8 years. So we got all this good stuff, all these great things that are there. And, yeah, I'm finding just tons of things. All my Christmas stuff that I thought I had lost somewhere in moves.
Oh, yeah, that was fun, though.
We got a lot of good stuff back, but hokey smokes. And, of course, all the cool posters and different things that I collect. Actually, I was very surprised because I actually have
found a lot of Amanda stuff.
A lot of Amanda stuff. I've got a lot of Star Wars stuff that I've collected over the years, and Star Trek. Come to think of it,
when he says a lot,
it's not terrible. I've got like 3 cases.
In addition to a closet full.
Well, I've got two trunks of stuff that I have, but that's all.
And the shelf.
Okay, I might have a few things, but it's good stuff. And it's stuff that one day will make my children's children very, very rich. But that's how that goes.
Better.
But there was a lot of stuff that I had in storage that I did not realize I had. I had all my albums that over the years I have met a lot of people. I was in the showbiz for quite a bit.
There was so much storytelling going on.
Oh, it was awesome.
It's just ridiculous.
All the people that I've met through my life, through all the different. I used to be a stage manager for a professional magician for quite a few years.
Somebody said you could auction them for the show.
Oh,
I'm all about that.
Yeah, no.
Good thinking.
But, yeah, lots of stuff, good stuff. And I thought I had lost all this stuff, and we got it back. So all my memorabilia of me back in my early years.
It was an Andy day.
It was an Andy day, but good stuff.
But Amanda was going, oh, look at this.
I want
they
this,
were
I want
having
that.
so much fun. It was crazy.
It was great.
Yeah.
So anyways, we're going to let you fine folks go. We had a great time tonight. We hope you enjoyed it. Come on back next week. Give us your stories about your 7 souvenirs of August. We'd love to hear about that as well. And
for those going to the block party, have a blast.
Have a blast. We hope you have a good time.
Yeah.
Obviously, since I won't even start to the 18th. I don't think I'm going to be. We'll be making the block party.
No, we're not going
year.
to the block party, but
maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
Next year, we'll see what happens.
Yep.
So have a great one, folks.
Yep.
And be safe out there. We want to see you back safe either way. Geocaching, going to the block party, whatever. We want you back here because you are part of our community, and we love having you here. All right, folks, we're going to end the broadcast. Have a great one, and see you out on the trails. Bye-bye.